Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to Reality Hour. I am Adam Samuel. Today, we are talking American Idol. Oh, I got it right. I didn't say I'm American Idol this time. We are talking American Idol Top 24 week. We finally made it to this round. My favorite, I think, of all the rounds of the show, this is usually like my personal favorite. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about it. Joining me is my co-host, Eric. How you doing today, Eric?
I'm doing good. It's my favorite round of the show too now because what happens after this round is going to really piss me off. So we'll pretend that this is. We'll get there. We'll get there at the end of this episode. I don't want to talk about it till the very end of the episode because it's spoiler territory, but we will talk about it. Trust us.
I love the top 24 round because it's always like we finally made it to this point. Like the spoilers come out, like finally the competition gets real.
We're on the actual stage for the rest of the season, which by the way looks really nice this year. So
yeah, my other co-host Grace, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. And Eric, you're not the one who's losing half your team next week, so I wouldn't complain.
Oh, this is going to be a rough week.
I'm well past the point of caring about teams and more about caring about are we losing American Idol as we know it. But we'll get there.
We'll see. For spoilers, that will be for later. For now, we are here to talk about the top 24 contestants. Each contestant saying a solo round, which I believe was 90 seconds.
It was less. It was 75 seconds for each.
Which is ridiculous and a total butchery of some songs. But yeah, we are going to be talking. Yeah, so they did that round and they also did the celebrity duets. Personally, I'm not a fan of this structure on a couple of levels. I feel like it diminishes the first performance a little bit and kind of focuses on the second. What do you guys think of the format?
I like getting solo performances. I think the duets, I feel like it's just too early for this round. Like, save it for the finale.
What do you think?
Or make them
Eric?
I think we need. I hate this round. I hate the idea of doing celebrity duets so early. And I hated the idea of only doing 75 second solos, particularly when some of the solos were really damn good this time. And I'm like, you can't just give me the first verse and the chorus and then be done. You have to give me more than that. But having said that, I think overall these were the two strongest episodes of the season so far for me. Just because we're at the good part of the season now.
Mm-hmm. I one of the reasons I really don't like this round is because I always felt like the celebrity duets were like a special, like once the competition gets down to like the top 5, like each round you get something more, like, and crossing into top 5 territories, you get a celebrity duet at the end. Like it was an extra trophy for making it further. And I always looked forward to it.
If you look at the history of how when they started this round, it actually made sense when they started it, which was they started this round back in season 15 when they thought they were done. And they did all the alumni from the show coming back to do it for contestants. And that's the only way it made any sense as a way to feature lots of alumni singing performances again on the farewell season of American Idol. But now it's just a celebrity duets. It's just a terrible idea and they should can it. But
what do you think, Grace?
My personal thought was it did make sense when they did it with the last season. Of course, the last season was literally only done so they could give the show a proper send-off. It was just like too early for this round. And the fact that they used past contestants, a lot of them improved significantly since their first season on the show. So, I mean, now they're just doing it with celebrities and I don't understand it at all. Like, I feel like they should do it later in the season or not at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say, Eric made this point earlier. The stage looked awesome. It was nice to be back at the stage. It's been like 2 years since we've been at the Idol stage, like legit. So that was really exciting to kind of see again. But as for the actual celebrity partners, what's the word for them? Mentor? I don't even know what the term was for the celebrities. What were they? What was their role?
What did you say? Sorry.
What was the title for the celebrity like duet partners? Were they celebrity duets? Like, are they mentors? Are they?
But some
did you guys have? Oh,
Some of these were better mentors in like 2 minutes than Bobby Bones has been in 4 years, but we'll talk about that later.
That's true. Did either of you guys have a favorite duet partner that was kind of highlighted on the show, or who you would have, if you were on the show, would have wanted to go with?
Tori Kelly was, I think, one of the best ones. Being that she was an alumni, it's kind of sort of not really. I think that going into it, I thought Ryan Tedder would have been the best, but he totally outsang his two competitors and didn't really give them a chance to shine. So I'm just a little, but anyway.
Josh Groban, I think for me was the best, and I think Joss was really good. Yeah, just some really. I look. I don't like that we're doing this, but at least we have some kind of good partners. I thought Tori Kelly was good. Those were kind of Jimmy Allen. I thought also did pretty well. Like there were some pretty good ones. But yeah, I think there was Josh Groban. I think for me was the one who I felt did the best with his partners. They kind of did the best performances, some of the best ones, and I feel like he was a generous duet partner. But we'll be talking about them a little bit later. Any other thoughts on kind of a favorite duet
I really
partner
liked
that was on
Catherine
the show?
McPhee.
Yes,
I liked Catherine McPhee. I was
also
very, very
good.
happy to see her on the show again. Now, I mean, her mom and her sister are vocal coaches on the show. So can she be the mentor next season? Please. Yeah, I felt the same way about Ryan Tedder, Gil, but we'll get to that.
On paper, I would have thought Ryan would have been the best partner just because of his songs are kind of easily accessible. And
Yes.
But I don't know.
I'm always more impressed by the past contestants.
Ben Rector also was good. Like I think he did a good job.
Okay.
Yeah. So otherwise for the performances, like I said before, I just wanted to say, I really didn't like 75 seconds is absurd. You're cutting these songs down, and the way it was framed where they did the performances back to back, I feel like it just took away from the first performance. And I feel like that ended up just becoming an afterthought. And the real performance was the duet, in which case just do the duet. Then why do we need the
disagree on that one. I like the idea we had solos as well, but they should have been longer.
Mm-hmm. I will say I loved in the first episode. I think it was the first episode. Annalie just constantly being out there, like dancing and like getting into it. I was like, she's a good audience member because there are probably barely any people there, and I was just
there are 50
every time
members.
But you know what? If you're there, you got to make yourself count. So Annalie she's on my draft. So what can I say? And not even going to mention all the standing O's, which were ridiculous. And I feel like is a war we've long lost at this point.
I made my worst Twitter joke of all time when I said the judges were handing out standing ovations like Oprah handed out Pontiacs.
But yes, let's actually.
It's not funny. Don't laugh. It wasn't funny.
Eric, do you have any headlines you want to touch on before we kind of get into the actual deep dive?
Nothing that's not a spoiler, so we'll save it for the end. Let's do our deep dive.
Well, we are going to do a deep dive. I will say I have like letter grades to give out for the first episode. The second episode, I might have to come up with them a bit on the fly. But yeah, let's start off with Alanis Sophia, a contestant who kind of had a big moment in Hollywood Week, and it was the first time we really kind of got at least for myself, I was, and here she is with Alive by Sia for her first performance. What did you guys think?
We don't sing Sia songs anymore. Even if she did sing it well, I didn't really care about it.
I will say, I don't like Sia, but I do like the song still, and I thought she did a great job on it. I do think that she could have been even better. I think that neither of the performances she gave, the solo or the duet, were as good as her performance from the showcase round. And I'm really, really hoping that she can go back up to that level, because if she can, she could go really, really far. So
I guess we should just kind of talk about them together, the performances, because otherwise this will be a very long podcast. But the other song was Shallow by Lady Gaga with Jimmy Allen. First, I just want to say for Alive, I thought Alanis continues to be a pleasant surprise. On paper, I would have thought this would have been not a great song choice, but she did pretty well. And I was into it, and then it was over. Like, as soon as it started, I felt like, that's it? Like, that was nothing. But it was solid, and for her solo, I gave it a B plus. I think it was, like I said, solid. For the duet with Jimmy Allen, I'll be honest, I had no idea who Jimmy Allen was before this episode. I'm surprised he was an Idol alum, but I thought the performance was sweet and solid. Nothing too mind blowing, but still good. I gave that one a B.
I would have done the same. I only graded the solos, but I graded every solo. I gave her solo a B plus as well.
What did you think, Grace?
I thought that there were parts where Jimmy was louder than Alanis, and he had the harmony, so he should have backed off. But it was okay. I'm kind of getting sick of this song.
It's into the Frozen song. It's just going to be constantly heard over and over until we're all dead.
Which one? Oh yeah.
Let It Go. You know.
Oh right, that one.
But yeah, Jimmy Allen.
The thing is, A Star Is Born has amazing music, and I feel like Shallow gets all the credit.
Yep.
Did you guys know of Jimmy Allen before this episode, or is he a country singer? Like, is he?
Yeah.
All right, Gil in the chat. I just want to say I was waiting for the out of sync hand swayers during the lesson. I did not miss the sway bots. I will say, like, good thing that they're gone. But yeah, we move on to my
Jimmy
number
was in
one.
Colton Dixon's group in Hollywood in season 10. If you remember that group, which I don't. I don't remember.
How do you know that? Like, how do you remember that?
Oh. No, I Googled
it. I was so impressed, right?
Apparently, though, he did tour with Scotty McCreery later on, too.
Yeah.
Wait. Colton, when he was cut, the first top, when he was cut at top 40?
Season 10. That was the year he didn't make it.
All right, well, let's move on to my number one draft pick, Cassandra Coleman, doing Fly by Sigma for her first performance and Apologize by One Republic with Ryan Tedder. Is it Teeter or Tedder?
Tedder.
All right. What did you guys think?
I think Birdie was a good choice for her voice. I just maybe wouldn't have gone with this song. Because, I mean, for one thing, it's not really all that well known. And I think, like, I don't know, maybe Wings or People Help the People might have been too dark for her. But, like, Wings would have been a better choice. It was okay. Definitely not her best moment. I thought the duet was better. But Ryan Tedder completely outshined her. Plus, she did the song already.
Grace plagiarized my notes. My notes said the solo was okay, I guess. Ryan Tedder totally outshone her in the duet. Verbatim.
I didn't plagiarize.
I know you didn't, but we wrote the exact same thing. So
great minds think alike.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah, I agreed 100%. I'm sorry, Adam. I thought it was just okay, and that she was totally outshone by Ryan in the duet. But
here's what I wrote. I wrote for the first performance, the band totally swallowed her. Like, this was Cassandra kind of is a prime target for the band to swallow in these kind of stage. I wish she would have done something more stripped back, just save it for her in the piano. But I feel like save something like that for a little later. I think the first performance was just, she lost her place at points. This was really disappointing for me. I mean, I was really rooting for her. I think she still got it. I do worry. I think she might be in a little bit of trouble. I think she's just on the edge here. We'll talk like
she's in the death later. Adam. Say your goodbyes.
I don't think I'm ready to say that. But her tone is still amazing. I gave her first performance a B-, just because I'm, did you guys think that's a fair grade or?
Well, I gave her a C+, so close enough.
And yeah, the second one, Apologize. I thought this was better, but I do agree that Ryan did kind of steal the spotlight here. But I think it was still okay. I gave that one a B.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, we move on. Alyssa Ray doing Something in the Water by Carrie Underwood and I'm Your Baby Tonight by Whitney Houston with Catherine McPhee. Thoughts? What do you guys think?
Okay, before we get into this, what is rule number 1 of singing Carrie Underwood songs on this show?
Don't sing that one in particular, at least.
I was going to say don't do it. Especially not this one, because this one has so many words. And what was that arrangement?
I just don't like this song. I think she sounded good on it, but
I don't have
just
a problem with this song. I just don't think she sang it very well, and she made a lot of weird choices.
I thought the duet was way better, though.
Here's what I thought. First of all, when I saw Something in the Water by Carrie Underwood, I didn't realize, is she kind of going for a country artist?
She shouldn't.
I was going to say the same thing. I feel like that is a very... I would steer clear away from that. But it was an unexpected song choice. I love this song. I have it on my iPod. I listened to it. I love it for its progression. It kind of has one of those build-up like vibes. And this would have been a good choice if she was able to sing more than 75 seconds of it. They butchered it. They cut it up, and I was like, what did you do to this? Like, I was so into it, and then it was over. But I think she sang the daylights out of it for the solo. I gave that one an A-.
Really? That's one you gave an A- to?
I gave that performance an A-. The second one, I'm Your Baby Tonight with Catherine McPhee. Not a fan of the song choice, but they sang the daylights out of it. And not as many moments to shine with it, though. I gave that one a B+.
Well, the thing with that song is, I mean, and this is the true with a lot of the divas, especially Whitney, like, nobody really cares about their up-tempo songs. I mean, I'm glad they didn't do I Have Nothing, because Catherine did do that on the show when she was a contestant. Plus, that song is just so overdone. I thought Catherine was a fantastic mentor. Like, I literally spent this whole clip wanting her to replace Bobby Bones next season. But at this point, I will take a computer over Bobby Bones. And also, Catherine can take over, and she didn't, so I gave her mad props for that as well.
Eric, any other thoughts on Alyssa?
Nope, not really.
All right, well, Gil in the chat says, Alyssa is from Kentucky. Her singing country music is not a stretch. That is a good point. I just don't remember her performing other country music like before on the show.
She hasn't. Okay,
right, well,
Wyatt Pike
performing Rubber Band by Tate McRae. I wrote, he looks like a totally different person without the hat. He reminded me of an older Thomas Stringfellow. I don't know if you guys got that vibe, but what did you guys think of his two performances? Oh, his second one was Brand New by Ben Richter.
It was a kind of a typical white guy with guitar performance. We've seen it all 100 times. I'm not entirely sure if I agree with Luke that he has star quality, but
he doesn't.
I mean, do any of the white guys with guitars have star personality? None.
David Cook does. But anyway,
I think sorry, go ahead.
My thing is,
yes, yeah, Gil, since I'm actually on the podcast now, you have to hate on Bobby Bones because that was my job.
Okay. Let's see. I was confused. I'm confused by Wyatt because I found the first song utterly boring, and I thought he looked super uncomfortable in the second song. And so,
was it because he didn't have his guitar? Or?
I don't know. I really don't get him, and I know a lot of people like him. I just don't get it. Sorry.
I put him in the danger zone, but I'm thinking he might actually survive.
Oh, he's sailing through.
I don't think he's in the danger zone. Here's what I wrote. The first performance, I thought it was solid, but unspecial. I didn't really love the song. I gave that one a B-.
C- for me.
I didn't think it was that low. Like
I was so
if there were vocal, look, but he sang it fine. Like it's a middle of the road kind of.
Yeah, so a middle of a road puts it in the C range, and since I was bored, I put it in the C- range. I think a C- is pretty generous for me.
But I will say, I love Ben Richter and this song Brand New. I thought it was a big, somewhat of a step up. He seemed like a good mentor and partner.
They didn't do any harmonies until like right at the end, so that was weird. I couldn't really tell who was who for most of it.
It's not a bad observation. Wyatt seemed really into it. Like I love this song.
No, he didn't.
I gave it a B.
Oh, God. Okay.
Well, we move on to Alana doing Blow Your Mind by Dua Lipa and Back at One by Brian McKnight. I did. What did you guys think here?
Loved the energy of her first song. I just wish she could sing better. Because if she could go really far. Personality for days. I will say she was totally outshone in the duet. So
I mean, to be fair, I mean, I don't really know this song, but I don't think, I mean, Dua Lipa doesn't have a whole lot of vocal prowess.
I will say the reason I know this song is because Kelly Clarkson did a karaoke of it, which was one of my all-time favorites. It was amazing. So
Well, she has vocal ability
yes,
and she uses it, although apparently she will never sing Despacito, which is not a bad thing. Anyway, back to Alana. I'm wondering maybe she just doesn't have the vocal ability
that's it.
and
'Cause if
she's
she
just trying to
did, she-
overcompensate with the performance.
Yeah.
And the legs. The duet, I mean, Brian McKnight is like old now, but Bro can still sing. I hate this song, but yeah, he completely outshone her in this duet.
Yep.
Good
I
job,
think the
Papa.
problem with Alana is not at fault of her own. It's just the fact that the show didn't show her at all. I feel like of our 24 contestants here,
We see
Alana is kind of at the bottom for just exposure alone, which automatically like cuts her at the knees. And
Yep.
I felt like the song choices I gave both of them B. Like I thought they were serviceably fine, but we haven't seen her, and I don't see people really these performances being a reason for people to get behind her, which is
I
a
threw in
shame.
some petty votes, but other than that,
Yeah, and it's sad. I wrote she's going down swinging, and that's a big thing I can say. That's what I can say. The second performance, I didn't love the song. I thought it was, like I said, perfectly okay. I don't think it was enough.
okay, let's keep moving.
We move on. Annalie List, our what's the word? Unmentioned wild card, performing "My Future" by Billie Eilish and "Tell Me Something Good" by Rufus and Shaka Khan. What do you guys think?
How the hell did she not originally make the top 24? Both of these performances were pretty great, actually. So
Yeah, I thought for sure she would like prove why she wasn't originally put through. That's what Tim Urban did, but that is not what she did. I mean, picked a good song. Well, good song choice. I'm not a Billie Eilish fan. Delivered it well. The duet, even though the song is boring as hell, she and Joss Stone totally brought it. I thought at the end they both got a little bit carried away, but I mean, it's kind of hard not to with a song like that.
I thought both performances were among her best that I've seen, and I'm happy she made it after all because she deserves a spot in the top 16. I'll say that. So
I thought the first performance was solid. I gave it a B plus, and I gave the second one also a B plus. Joss can sing, and so can Annalie. I thought they made a good pair, and yeah, I'm happy she's here, and I hope she doesn't get cut. I don't think she will.
I think they did her a favor by trying to brush over the fact that she was a wild card. So I'm hoping that was what they were doing. But
let's keep it going. Let's talk about Deshaun Goncalves performing. There's so many performances. It's a lot. Deshaun Goncalves performing "Forever Young" and "I Live" by One Republic with Ryan Tedder. I'll just say I think it was a smart move going a cappella for "Forever Young." It was weird kind of hearing the song in like a gospel style, but he sang it well, but I do think he's in trouble regardless. I gave the first one a B. I thought for the second one I think this needed to be really great for Deshaun, and I don't think it was enough. The performance was okay, a little wooden. I gave it a B minus, the second one.
Yeah, I thought he looked really stiff throughout Forever Young. He sang it really well. Also, his face did not move at all. I Lived, for one thing, I'm kind of over this song. And also, again, this was Ryan-centric, and that's not what it's about.
I'm partial to Louise's version of Forever Young, which was a terrible choice for a winning single, but she did sing the snot out of it.
She sang the snot out of everything.
Oh, she's amazing. But anyway, Deshaun at least wasn't pitchy this time. He was on key. He didn't have any pitch issues, which was an improvement. I am afraid that he's a goner, but I'm not sure he should be after these performances. So
I don't know how much more gas he has in the tank if he makes it this week.
Oh, he's gone either this week or next week, sadly. But It's not fair necessarily.
Yeah, if he makes it this week, I think he's gone the next one. But let's talk Graham DeFranco. Ray by John Splithoff and Nothing Like This by Ben Rector with Ben Rector. What do you guys think?
3 words. I was bored.
Yeah, this was definitely a miss for me. His pitch wasn't great. He didn't sound great on the duet either, so I might actually have to watch Master of Disguise. Don't laugh, it's not funny.
Yeah, you're right. That movie is not funny.
No. 1% on Rotten Tomatoes. From Justin,
I gave
he has 10%.
I gave both of these performances B's. The first one, he weirdly looked like Post Malone without tattoos. I just don't get the judges' hype. If he doesn't go this week,
you gave him B's. You said
he's a guitar playing white boy.
It's inoffensive.
I gave it a C personally, but anyway.
Yeah. I just don't get the judges' hype, and I think if he doesn't go this week, I think he will soon. Nothing bad about it, but it just wasn't great either. That's kind of my thoughts on the first one. The second one, pretty much the same thing. The song reminded me of the piano song from Toy Story 2, by the way. Just the girl.
Oh, When She Loved Me?
Cowboy. Yeah. Listening to it, I was like, this sounds like that song. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on Graham.
Next.
Let's talk about my other casualty of the week.
Andrea Vallis, Lovas Olvidar by Billie Eilish and Rosalie, and Careless Whisper by Wham. Thoughts?
Solo was the best she's been all season, from my perspective. Duet wasn't quite as good, but it was still good enough. I gave it a B+ for Solo.
I couldn't get into it. I'm hoping the eye patch is not a permanent fixture. Otherwise, I'm going to have to start calling her a pirate.
No, you're not, but...
No, I'm not going to. I didn't like the song choice for the duet. I think she's in serious trouble.
Oh, I think she's in trouble, but I do think she was still better than she's been all season. So,
I gotta say, I thought she was actually pretty good. Like the first performance, I was like, this is the most I've enjoyed her all season.
Yep.
I love that she was able to joke about with the eye patch. I loved the pirate puns. I wrote in my notes that I should look up a pirate pun to say here. I didn't end up doing it. Yarg me hearties or something pirate pun. Because she was getting into it, and I think it was just fun to watch her. I'm glad she kind of rocked it, complete with the pirate puns. This is just reading my notes. For the second thing I wrote, I think Brian outsang her. What was that?
You would enjoy making pirate puns.
I'm a very punny person. Right. But I think Brian outsang her in the second performance, and I gave her both B's.
Great.
All right. Anything else, Grace?
Let's talk about the person on your team that's probably going home next week.
I think I'm losing at least 2 people.
I thought I was losing 3 after the first episode. I think I might end up only losing 2.
But Cecil Ray, Paint Me Birmingham by Tracy Lawrence, and Freedom Was a Highway by Jimmy Allen and Brad Paisley. What did you guys think?
The solo, I didn't understand a word of it.
Yep.
I am not a country music fan per se, necessarily. The duet was better, but either way, I just wasn't all that into it. I mean, the fact that he's the only actual country singer this season, because I think he's more country than Chase, might win him some
country.
What?
Caleb is country.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they're all C, and they all have C names. But I feel like if they split votes, I feel like Chase is going to soar and he and Caleb are going to fall. Luckily, neither of them were on this episode, so that doesn't affect him, but this was in my bottom 4 of the night for sure.
Bottom 4? This was the worst of the night by a mile. I also did not understand a single word he sang. I thought it was terrible, honestly. This is the one I'd give at best a D to. It was not good enough. I'm sorry. And he hasn't shown me anything before that made me think that he would be good enough. So he seems like a nice kid, but not ready.
Eric is so harsh. I gave his first performance a C+. Very, very nasally. I wrote not the biggest fan of his, even though he is on my team. I think he'll be in trouble soon, if not going home this week. For the second performance, I wrote Jimmy's coat was epic, and I was like watching him more than I was Cecil, which was not a good sign. Grace agrees with me.
No, I don't remember that. That's a weird.
He was wearing a really cool coat. Like, go watch it. Go look for it. It was cool. But I gave that one a B-.
Okay.
I'm not. Any other thoughts on Cecil?
That was a cool coat.
Yeah. See.
God.
Grace agrees. Let's move on to Willie Spence. Wind Between My Wings.
Wind Beneath My Wings.
That song.
If you're going to insult the song, at least get the name right.
That was an accident. And The Prayer by Celine Dion and Andrew Bocelli. I think it's his name. Yeah.
Andrea, yeah. Andrea Bocelli. I can't stand this song either. I want to know whose idea this was.
Do you think they picked the songs or producers?
I don't know. I think the fact that like he has consistently been a favorite, like I think he's a lock for top 12. The duet was great. I was kind of hoping that Josh Groban would be the one to sing this song because he actually did sing this song with Celine Dion.
Yeah.
Also, I really don't like when people sing this song in English. That bridge is in Italian for a reason. But no, he's definitely gonna make the top 12 for sure. And there's not a lot of R&B guys this season, so even if he didn't have the talent, he'd probably have an easy in.
He was always making. I've said he's going to soar through these rounds. I think in a couple weeks he'll be in trouble, but for now he should be golden.
I'm not so sure anymore. He's getting the most views of basically anyone on YouTube, and I think he's going to make it further than you guys are expecting, and than I was expecting.
I hope so. He's on my team.
I wouldn't be mad if he makes it further than we're expecting. He's really good, and I thought the duet was one of the two best of the episode. So,
yeah, I gave the first performance an A-. The second one, I actually gave it the only A I gave of the episode.
That is fair.
I said beautiful. Like the second one was absolutely beautiful. Sang it amazingly. Deserved it. I think best performance of the night. I don't think it was the best solo though. I think I would maybe put it like top 2, but still top 1 and 2 for his performances are pretty impressive. I just really hate that first song.
Nobody likes.
I just. Oh my god! Like, but he did it well, and I gave it an A-.
Okay, we're not even through the first 12 yet, so let's get through this.
Grace Kinsler doing Queen by Jessie J and Midnight Train to Georgia by Gladys Knight. The first performance, I don't know about you guys, I was getting Kelly Clarkson vibes. Like with her when she was singing like certain notes, I was like, this sounds like Kelly Clarkson.
No.
I don't think she's very similar to Kelly. I think Grace, for me, deserves to win easily. Different league to basically everyone else on the show this year. And these weren't her 2 best performances of the season so far, but they were still damn good. And I gave her an A- this week.
What did you think, Grace?
I'm not entirely convinced she picked this song herself. She did sing the life out of it, but I mean, 100%, and the duet they killed. I knew she was going to sail through, so I kind of went into this with kind of a cynical mindset, but she deserves it, so I'm not going to complain. I still don't think she can win, but
you'll see.
I think she'll be top 2. I personally, I think she'll be top 2. The second performance, I love Joss Stone. She was a great duet partner. Great advice from her about holding back on the runs. Like Grace I think she's going to be here top 3. I think at the least. And I did think I liked the second performance more. And I think that was my favorite solo of the night, personally. But that's just me. But yeah, let's really quickly, before we get on to the second episode, let's talk about the contestants who are in trouble. I've personally got 6 contestants that I would put in the bottom, like, or in danger. Who did you guys think is in trouble?
Alana, Andrea, Cecil, Graham, Deshawn. That's fine.
I put Cassandra. I'm the one putting Cassandra there. I think those are the 6. Andrea, Cassandra, Alana, Deshawn, Cecil, and Graham. I think those are the big names here that I do worry for.
Yeah.
But really Cassandra. But yeah.
Okay.
Let's move on to the second episode. Let me just pull it up. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so we continue with Jason Warrior. His first performance, Call Out My Name by The Weeknd, and How Deep Is Your Love by the Bee Gees with PJ Morton. What'd you guys think?
Solo was good. I'm impressed. Lackluster duet partner, gave him more of a chance to shine. B+.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I had never heard of PJ Morton before this. He's one of the keyboard players for Maroon 5.
Yeah, no one's ever heard of anyone in Maroon 5 except for Adam Levine.
Oh, yeah. But no, I thought he did an okay job. I hate when they drop to their knees at the end.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like an act of desperation, but this is the 3rd time he's been on one of these shows, and I feel like it's going to be the same result as the last 2 at this point.
Yep.
I thought they were both perfectly okay at a B, but I think he's in trouble this week.
Yep.
All right, we move on. Madison Watkins doing Holy by Justin Bieber, and with Tori Kelly doing Don't You Worry About a Thing by Stevie Wonder. I gotta say, I think I was maybe expecting a little bit more from Madison this week. I don't know why, but I was weirdly let down. What did you guys think?
I hated the solo song choice. I thought the duet was better, but Tori definitely outshone her. So,
Tori Caliphant, as Cinema Sins called her.
What? Where did that? Oh,
because she sang this song in Sing, and her character was an elephant, and it was like the big vocal moment of the movie. So yes, thank you, Cinema Sins, for that hilarious line.
All right. Okay. At this point, I don't have letter grades to give, so we'll just kind of continue. Bean, Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa, and with Josh Groban, Angels by Robin Williams. I do want to
Robbie Williams / David Archuleta. Robin Williams is an actor.
Well, that's really awkward. I apologize. I love Bean. I gotta say, I love these 2 performances from his. I love the duet more. I think the first one was over before it even started. Like at least the second one we got a bit more. Yeah, what'd you guys think?
I thought the solo was a mess, and I thought he completely sucked the energy out of the song. I thought, meanwhile, the duet was his best performance of the competition so far. So I wish he was more consistent, because when he's good, he's really good. But when he's not good, I just can't get invested. So
I'll be honest. I think
he could be a front runner with more consistency, but I'm not entirely convinced we're going to get any.
We're not.
I just have no idea what kind of contestant he is. Like, what is he doing? Like, where we go? Is he like pop? Is he like R&B? Like, I don't know where he fits in. You know what I mean? Yeah, and that's fine. But like, I still I don't know what to expect every week. You know, it's kind of like where does he kind of land? But let's continue. We got Hannah Everhart performing I Was Wrong by Chris Stapleton, and with Jason Aldean, She's Country. I was kind of hoping for something better from Hannah, and it's unfortunate that the first performance, you know. Grace, come on, talk to me.
This better be it for her.
The last note at the end was completely wrong, which is ironic. It's like, yes, you were wrong. So was the last note. It was completely flat. But and then, hang on, wait, I'm trying to find this joke that my friend messaged me yesterday.
While you do that, I'll say that parts of this literally hurt my ears, and this was the other one I gave a D to. So
a D? Yeah. I mean, probably if I'd still been giving at this point, but I was still hoping for her, you know, like I enjoy watching her performances. I enjoy her kind of deadbeat like shtick. And yeah, I do worry for her, but I also think she's got a chance. Like I don't think
No.
she's
She's
entirely dead in the
gone.
water. I don't think so.
This
She's
was
one of the
this was
big
a hot
names.
mess.
I said she ended on the wrong note. My friend said the beginning and the middle were wrong notes too.
Yeah.
Ouch.
And also, if she's country, most people only like that song because it's fun. So I think in that respect, it was a good choice. But
Okay.
like I said, I just wish she were a better singer.
Next up, Mary Jo Young doing Castle on the Hill by Ed Sheeran and with Jewel, Foolish Games by Jewel. I think the first performance, in my opinion, here was the better one. Mary Jo, pleasant surprise. I'm still enjoying her. I don't think she's going to be here for the long run. I think she will be likely in trouble top 7-ish week. But for now, she gets a thumbs up from me.
She is so freaking marketable, but the problem is she has just enough issues with pitch that I can't root for her. And but she is probably I think she's probably the most marketable contestant on the show this year. As in terms of who's on the radio now, she is it. So there is that.
I thought it was okay. I was kind of bothered by the fact that she didn't know what the word unison meant because that's like music 101. But no, I kind of maybe had a little high standards because with the duet, because one, I love this song, and two, Jules sang the song with Kelly Clarkson and they both sang their faces off. Gil, don't even go there. But no, I mean, I think she probably will make it this week, but I'm just hoping she does something better.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's move on to Chase Beckham doing Afterglow by Ed Sheeran and with Brandon Boyd Dry by Incubus. Who, yeah. I don't know what to make of Chase. What did you guys think?
I was bored. It was solid, but I was bored.
I was bored, and and we'll talk more about this in spoilers because my whole comment's a spoiler.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, let's keep right on going with Colin Jameson performing Locked Out of Heaven by Bruno Mars and with Tori Kelly, Hollow by Tori Kelly. My God, of all the songs performed these 2 episodes, his first performance was the one that I was like, a murder happened here with how they cut this song up. Like not the performance, just how the song was like chopped. I was like, what? We're like jumping like over verses.
Is
I was
that
like,
why he kept
what?
messing up the words?
Maybe. He did screw up
It
the
was
words. I will say.
I know that is not like what they did to that song. Like my head, I was like, what has happened here?
To be fair, it is a terrible song.
I will say he had none of the vocal issues we've had with him in the past, and I thought he did a great job on both performances overall, except for the screwed up words. He was most improved for me.
I agree. Another surprise, Colin Jameson. Who would have thought? I thought it was actually his best performances of the episode, and maybe saved him. I don't know if it will, but
it didn't. But
I must have been in a minority because I didn't like anything about it.
Why, Grace?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway.
any
Let's talk
other
about
thoughts?
someone else I didn't like very much.
Yes.
Leahona Olayan, Just Friends by Audrey Mika and with PJ Morton, Say So by PJ Morton featuring JoJo. I just don't get Leahona. I think she's a goner here. You know what? My team can. I don't even know.
Again, team hot mess. He knew it going in.
What did you guys think of Leahona?
She's a
glad she didn't sing another Meghan Trainor song.
Yes.
But she is still one of the weakest singers this season. The duet was probably the best she sounded all season, but I kind of hope she goes home this week.
She's gonna. Anyway.
All right. Let's move on to, in my opinion, my favorite performances of the night, back to back. Ava August, Driver's License by Olivia Rodriguez, and with Josh Groban, Both Sides Now by Joni Mitchell, which I'll be honest, I know this song from the Toy Story trailer.
Okay.
I don't know. But yeah, Wow. Really great back-to-back performances. Josh Groban was a great duet partner for her. I thought these performances were absolutely amazing. I was like, wow, she's actually kind of coming to the forefront here. And now I will pass it over to you guys to tell me why you disagree.
I am so over this driver's license song. She did sing it really well. I thought the big parts were completely flat. Both Sides Now was better than anything I thought she would have done. But I also have a crush on Josh Groban, so anything he does is perfection in my eyes. And let's go over to Eric, who probably has a different opinion entirely.
Her voice is not my
Eric
thing at
is
all.
wrong.
But her voice is not my thing at all. But she's
not mine
getting
either.
a crap load of views, and she is sailing straight through to the top 12. So
Good for her. Like this girl kind of popped up like in Hollywood Week, and all of a sudden she's building steam. I feel like not a lot of contestants are coming out of this better than when they started, and she's one of those who her stock has risen. I don't think it's risen to the top, I think, but she went, in my opinion, from like maybe a top 12 place finisher to now maybe a top 5 place finisher.
I
Dylan
do
makes
not
a good
think she
point.
can win.
We'll
Dylan
see.
makes a good point and makes me feel old at the same time. Move on.
Oh yeah, in
God.
2 years we're going to be too old to audition.
2 years?
Let's
1 year
not
for
talk
me.
about that.
Anyway.
Let's talk about Caleb Kennedy performing Midnight Rider by the Allman Brothers and with Jason Aldean, Flyover States by Jason Aldean.
Not my
These
thing.
songs, they sounded the same. Like some country songs, there's like a subgenre of country that's really popular now. A lot of the songs kind of sound similar, and
You do.
they kind of all sing about the same things, and Caleb's just not my thing.
No.
Okay.
Also, like, he had his hat over his eyes the whole time, so I couldn't connect. He was consistently out of tune throughout all of Midnight Rider, which maybe that's what that song calls for. I actually kind of liked the duet better, which I know Luke did not, and I feel like I should trust the country judge's authority on this, even if I don't trust any of those judges to make me a sandwich. But I don't at this point. Do you guys?
I don't know
man.
what they put in their sandwiches. Probably some ecstasy because they love everything.
Steven Tyler's not a judge anymore. You watch it.
Well, let's talk about Hunter Metz, my second draft pick. Chandelier by Sia, going for the Trent Harmon moment.
Yeah, really.
And
Trent
with
Harmon.
Jewel, Who Will Save Your Soul by Jewel. Yeah.
Not
I think the
how
first
much probably will
performance.
save his soul.
What did you guys think?
He's no Trent Harmon, is what I wrote. That's it.
Yeah, he
Ouch.
definitely tried to do the Trent Harmon thing, and it did not work out. The duet, I mean, I missed Jewel apparently sassing the judges backstage. Like, did any of you guys catch that? Because, like, that was the headline.
I did. I saw it. Look, I feel like all I can say here is that Hunter kind of is coming out of this week. I think he'll be fine, but I think
he's a lock.
his boat's been shaken a little bit, and we'll see what happens kind of moving forward.
I feel like most Jewel songs really only work by Jewel, and I feel like this is definitely one of them.
It's 100% true. But yeah, let's talk about our final contestant here. Casey Bishop, Decode by Paramore, and With Bren Boyd, Wish You Were Here by Incubus. Gina Irene owns Decode. Nothing will kind of ever come close, but it was okay. What do you guys think?
First off, Haley Williams says hi.
No, well, that's a given.
I actually, for once, agree with Katy Perry that she needs to own the stage more. I mean, you cannot rely on vocal talent alone, especially when you're trying to be a rock singer. Like, you have to perform, especially today.
Okay. Well, here's
I think
my
she has
part where I
time for that.
where I get to put a new hashtag on the screen because I was saying with Adam that she's not a rock singer, but I'll say it, I was wrong. She is absolutely a rock singer, and she had the best solo of anyone across both nights, by far, in my opinion.
She does make really ugly faces when she sings, though.
Yeah, I wasn't focused on the face. I was focused on how she was absolutely nailing that vocal. And her duet was great too.
Mhm.
I hope she goes really far.
She's definitely going to make the top 12.
100%. I don't know if she'll win. I think she's
She
maybe
won't.
a fifth placer, kind of ish.
What's she going to do on Disney Week?
God, who
There's
knows?
some rock songs. A greatest show.
That's not Disney.
Oh, well, look. I think that I've said this before. The rock genre is taken by no one this season. It is wide open. I think she needs to fully embrace that fact and kind of lean into that and fulfill her destiny as rocker chick of the season.
She definitely
But
does.
it would just be nothing but like a boost for her.
Okay.
All right.
On that note, Adam has to run, so we're going to introduce ourselves now, and then we're going to go for spoilers after.
Eric and Grace will be talking the spoilers. I've got to run, but I can say I am Adam Samuel. You can find me on Twitter at Adam Soapbox or on my website, adamsoapbox.com, and my YouTube channel where I do book reviews. I don't know if you guys want to save your outros for later or whatever.
We'll do it later.
All right. Bye, guys. I'll talk to you next time. Eric and Grace, take it from here.
Boop. Okay. Spoiler time. We put up a thing so that people can see spoilers. I don't have a thing. Screw it. Okay. Time to talk about what might be the death of American Idol real fast. So you have about 2 minutes. You have 10 seconds before we drop the spoiler bomb, which is that 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 contestants from last year are coming back. And some number of them will be joining this year's contestants in the live shows. I am pissed about this. It is taking away from our chance of having single elimination weeks every week for live shows. I will say we will still have more live shows than the past 3 years of ABC Idol than we have. We'll have 7 live performance episodes after the newly merged group is combined, but which is good enough. And then we'll have 1 before it, so could be worse. But I am pissed.
We don't know why. Because the show hates us.
Yes, the show hates us. Why is correct. But what I was gonna say is that one of the contestants coming back is Arthur Gunn, apparently, who was the runner-up last year. And my comment for Chase that I couldn't say was that if Arthur Gunn is coming back, Chase is not gonna win this season.
Oh, if Arthur comes back, he's gonna win.
Entirely likely, yes. I
still think he would have won if we had just had the top 2 in the finale.
But we're not free in the finale, so I'm hoping that Grace can still pull it out. But
that's basically what they're trying to do.
But I think Arthur Gunn is a lock to make the finale again. I'm really, really hoping that Grace can still win. But I will say that Chase is totally fucked over by this because Chase is a lesser version of Arthur Gunn, who is a lesser version of Philip Phillips. And so, yeah.
I absolutely hate this twist. I don't understand why they're doing it. Unless they just want to make Arthur Gunn happen.
You see, I don't think they do, because if he was gonna happen, he would have after last season when he had attention. He had millions of views on YouTube. And he didn't get a record deal, and he hasn't sold any albums or gotten any streams. He hasn't caught on. So I'm confused. One thing that gives me hope about him is that it seems like everyone who loved him last season clearly moved on because no one is streaming his music now. So that's what gives me hope that he might not win. But
I still think he will.
I think there's a good chance. And if he does,
if it's any of the other contestants that are
up, because I'm sure she's not coming back. But God,
if it's anybody else besides Arthur, I don't think they have a chance of winning.
Oh, exactly.
Unless maybe Johnny West comes back.
No, he's not coming back. He's not on the list.
Okay.
So Anyway, I will say they might as well just take away the auto card from Just Family World last season.
Basically, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, pretty much.
But she'll
I
be
will
back
be
to
voting
perform on Disney night.
I will be voting for Michaela Phillips to be the returning contestant, or one of them. I will not be
We
voting
just
for
not
half
vote
of
for
them.
any of them.
I have to vote for one of them because if it's gonna happen, I might as well put the one that I like back in.
Fair enough.
Anyway, I'll say I'm Eric Ascher. You can find me on Twitter there, Eric_Ascher, and ericasher.com and bit.ly/EricLoveEds. Where can we find you, Grace?
Reality2_Grace on Twitter.
And on that note, thank you for sticking around with us, and we'll hopefully the season doesn't end with the death of American Idol forever. So, till next time, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Good night.